Grace Kim, Gina Kim, Rock Kim, Slim Jim. Kim's in 5, man. Hey, dog, what another weekend in golf, bro, man. We're here to break down everything golf. It's talking about the PGA with Chris Gotterup getting his second victory, winning a nice win at the Jeeno Open, as well as LIV Golf. I know some people have mixed reviews about LIV Golf, but Talor Gooch gets a nice win on LIV. And also, we're going to be talking about women's golf, man. Gina Kim and both Grace Kim get a amazing victory in women's golf. So, again, I'm Geremy Davis, former NFL player, host of Golf and Gospel, and again, your PT's favorite PT who steals information from this PT, Nate Wong, dog. Nate,
what up?
Wong, man. Hey, we want to address this too, man. It's okay to source us as your information because we see a lot of bigger outlets taking information from us and using it as their own. I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
That's what it feels like to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Going back to the Patrick Reed situation,
Right.
we talked about it first, and now everyone was like, boom, 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 boom. I'm just like, interesting.
Yeah, and then people were talking about Xander this week. How like it was like, yo, he's got to step it up. Hey, we just released that reel, you know.
Yeah. And then obviously Tiger versus Phil captains for LIV and Ryder Cup, and now it's trending. It's like, come on, man, y'all gotta stop. And my boy, he told me this. He said how like a lot of hip hop artists, they'll steal from like SoundCloud artists and use it as their own.
Oh, really?
They're treating us like SoundCloud artists and taking that information and making it their own, man. But regardless, man, I do want to start off with the Epson Tour again. Shout out to Gina Kim, man. She won with ease, man. First day tied the first round record, shooting 8 under. And it's crazy because I personally, right now, off the top of my head, I can't say that I remember someone having to lead the first day and carrying it all the way to day 4. She played incredible, never looked back. Bro, this is in the year, her third win.
Wow.
And it's, yeah, bro. Only her and Riley Smythe are the only 2 people to have multiple wins in a season, bro. Yeah, and I can tell she was confident. I can tell she was confident, too, because something's on my hat, and it's weird. I could tell she was confident because they told her how she had set the course record or tied the course record on day 1. She was like, you know what? I'm about to go out there and try to break the course record. I'm about to try to make some more birds. And usually when people say like you're about to break the course record, like you don't hear them vocally say like, hey, I'm going to try to go get that. They kind of just say, well, you know, I'm trying to play some good golf, see what happens. If it happens, she's like, I'm going after this thing. And I don't know Gina Kim personally. Would love to get to know her because I love the Epson Tour. But I wonder if she had like some fire lit under her because she was in first for Race of the Car majority of the year and finally got bumped down to 2. And she said, oh, nah. Yeah, she's like, I don't like that. And literally, I think she won by 7 strokes, bro. Wasn't even close. Was not even close.
Dude, you know, and to bring up another Kim, my boy Chan Kim was leading the pack. I don't know if he shot 61. I don't know if that was a course record or not, but man, like, it's funny because it's like he was like, I could have made some more putts, and maybe if we had the, I don't know, I didn't watch the full press conference because like when he like commented on the Instagram thing, he's like, yo, you guys didn't see the whole full press conference, so cut me some slack. But you know, maybe if it was more like, I don't know, it's just so hard to go wire to wire, you know, and
it is.
Like the nerves get to you, especially like if you've never been on this stage before, you know, like
right.
And it's weird. It's, you know, it's crazy. I remember watching Chan Kim playing in the Corn Ferry Tour, and he shot minus 31,
which is
on
crazy.
4 days to win.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? It was like the
super
year
crazy.
It was that year, and then he got his tour card after. I think that was his second win on the Corn Ferry that year. Dude, minus 31, and it's like,
it's crazy.
I don't know. It would be great to kind of pick his brain to see like what he thinks. Like, is there a different mindset, or like, do you feel like there's more nerves doing a Corn Ferry Tour event versus a PGA Tour event? Like, I would love to pick his brain just to, because like I feel like a lot of guys will just grill this player that like, yo, you gave up a commanding 5-stroke lead, and then like, yo, let's just pick his brain about that. Like, what happened? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
You know, we would love to have a 5-stroke lead in the PGA event. We're not trying to throw any shade. We just want to like
100%.
show the humanity, you know?
Yeah, I definitely agree to that, bro. Hey, Chan, if you listening, bro, and you just want a little outlet to come talk some golf with your Hamilton alumni buddy here, Nate Wong. I'm just a regular guy off the streets to you, man. We would love to have you, man. I just let you know that, bro. Also, yeah. So again, concluding with the Epson Tour, Gina Kim. Again, I'm sure she's gonna take back her spot in first for the race for the card. Melanie Green will probably drop down to 2, which is still good. We know top 15 get the LPGA card. Unfortunately, the number 2 or number 3 player, Riley Smythe, didn't make the cut, so we'll love to see how that fluctuates her positioning in race for the card. Let's move on to the LPGA, man. Charlie Hull had to withdraw due to a virus, so as a Christ-centric channel, let's make sure we play for Charlie Hull. Don't know how detrimental that was. I think she's fine after a tweet we've seen, but still definitely want to lift her up. But yo, so some prize cuts, man. Hall of Famer Lydia Ko, former world number 1, she missed the cut, and this is her second time missing the cut in back-to-back cuts since 2024. 2024, she missed the U.S. Women's Open and the Mizuno Americas Open, and then this year she missed the Dow Championships and now the Evian. So one that's kind of concerning for Lydia Ko going for the rest of the season, especially while in 2 weeks she has to defend or hoping to defend her Opens Championship, the AIG Women's Open Championship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then my prediction, who I was hoping was going to win, Hey Run You, who's 15 in the CME, she also missed the cut. So that's super unfortunate. And real quick before we get into the winners in the playoff, man, shout out to world number 1 amateur Lottie Wood, who actually made a push to have a chance to win, finish with a T3. Yes, at one point. And I think that'd been the first time a world number 1 amateur would have won a major if she were to have finished in the fashion she wanted to. Yeah. But fortunately, she tied with legend Minjee Lee for T3. And with her finishing in, you really only need to be in the top 25 to earn your LPGA card. She finished T3. So she obviously has solidified her LPGA card. But I think now she says she wants to just discuss with her family and coaches if she wants to make that move to start to pursue her dreams. I mean, because she's obviously going to be on there whenever she wants, but if she wants to go earlier than maybe what she expected. So shout out to Lottie Wood. But yeah, bro, back-to-back weeks with playoffs in the LPGA. Last week, Dow Championships. Now this week with the Evian, bro. Let me just hear some of your thoughts. You know, Grace Kim, Gina. I guess I was saying her last name wrong the whole time. It's Jeeno. I thought it was Thitikul, but they said something else.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's like Gino Ariana or something like that. Thitikul or I
don't know. Say Jeeno.
Yeah, dude, I've like what you said, man. I feel so bad for that when that putt burned that edge on the 72nd hole of regulation.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, but Grace Kim got it, you know. I was gonna say this. I forgot to say this. Remember my stat about sand saves last week? I was on sand saves. Dude, when Grace Kim, she made like an eagle on the front nine this morning. For
hole 7.
She made an eagle out of the sand.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, dude, that's why that stat matters. that's why she won.
100%. 100%. That helped out a lot too, because she double bogeyed 12, so that eagle earlier definitely helped. Go ahead.
It evened it out, and then she had a chip in on like the first playoff hole. That was for birdie, I think.
Wayward second shot in the penalty area. And chipped in for birdie.
Yeah.
I know Jeeno probably looked at it like, bro, like what is happening right now? Like that wasn't supposed to happen.
I know. I thought she was gonna win it right there, but then nope. So, but Jeeno had made that clutch putt to come back. But dude, Grace Kim really earned it. You know, it's not like God, who's there's 3 like Max Grazerman, that playoff Chris Kerr was like, dude, they just let it go away.
They let Pot Eater just take it.
No, the week after, who was it? When it was
Pot Eater
the short hitter guy.
Oh, Brian Campbell. Yeah.
When Brian Campbell won. Yeah. It was. Yeah, like wasn't it Emilio Grillo that was just like hit it over the green?
It was. It was terrible.
At least this playoff, it was like 2 girls that were like scoring, and the girl that just scored better won. You know, so it wasn't like we just watched a bunch of pars and bogeys.
No, they were eagling and birdies. That was fun. They were.
Yeah, they were making eagles to freaking win. Dude, and Grace Kim, low key, I was just like, that looks like Nelly Corda with black hair, because she like does like the hair the same. They kind of
Yeah.
like dress similarly, and they're kind of like have like a
Similar build.
taller, yeah, like frame and stuff, and like they swing
Yeah.
very similarly. And I was like, yo, she hits the ball really well. So
Yeah.
I was very impressed. I thought Minjee Lee was gonna finish higher, or I thought she was gonna win based off how she was putting, but I feel like her irons, she wasn't hitting it that tight throughout the week, but she was making a lot of putts Thursday, Friday when I was watching
Yeah.
those highlights.
Yeah, yeah. I think the thing too, even going back to Jeeno, bro, like yeah, her putter was not falling like she wanted. She was 16 or 18 green and regs, and it came to
Wow.
yeah, and just wasn't one putting anything. And obviously, I mean, yeah, par golf is, I guess, sufficient enough to get you to a playoff. But like when we talk about how she just burnt the edge for the birdie to win
Yeah.
by 3 strokes, it hurt a lot, man. I think there are a lot of Jeeno fans out there, including us, man, that it's not like we hoped for Grace Kim's downfall, but like it's like, man, Jeeno hasn't won a major, but has, I think, either
Yeah.
three or five LPGA wins. It's like, man, she's been close twice now. I think she was
Yeah,
close at the
she was in the
KMPG.
playoff. Yeah, and then she was in the playoff. Wasn't she in the playoff with the Chevron?
I don't think so. What? Maybe I don't think so. Might have to look that one up. Cause it
I'm
was
gonna look it up.
yeah,
But
Araya Jutanagar. I think it was Ryu Yin. Obviously, my dog Mouse Sago, and then I
she
forgot.
won.
Yeah, and then I see the other two people's face. The one short Asian, short hair, glasses or shades, and then I don't know if the other chick was American. Yeah, I don't think Gina was in it. She probably finished like a T
Never
three
mind.
or something. What was it?
Let's see here. I pulled it up. I thought she was in the playoff. This whole all day today, I was like, she was in the playoff, and she's in another playoff.
Yeah, I know KPMG. She was close, and
Oh
then
no, it was Duncan Kim, Rooney
yes,
Yin.
Duncan. Yes, Duncan. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
And
she.
Araya Jutanagar, Mao Sego, and then yeah, Roy Ying Yin.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
24th at the Chevron. Dude, you know what's crazy about the LPGA season this year is that there's been 0 people that have won twice.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
kept showing that, and then, and with Grace Kim winning, I don't think she won earlier this year. So there's another new victor in the LPGA. And what's
Yeah.
crazy is like there was a tournament that had 2 winners, and then
Yeah.
still none of them have repeat
Yeah,
won.
yeah,
Yeah, that's kind
yeah.
of crazy. That's
It
actually
is,
kind of
man.
crazy.
But that goes to say how good the field
How
is.
competitive, yeah.
Yeah, because the post I made on the Golf and Gospel podcast page is they were talking about how Nelly had 6 wins or 7 wins last year, but her scoring average was like 70.2, and this year her scoring average is lower,
better.
but
Yeah.
hasn't won. These women on the LPGA are super talented. Like, and then you just keep kind of getting. I say this with respect. You keep kind of getting. Okay, keep getting like these undercard names. It's like we have to say like I didn't know who Gabby Ruffles was. I didn't know who's a girl. She was from England.
Carlotta. Oh no, not Carlotta. But Carlotta.
I think because she was like leading the first 3 days, and then I think she went 3 over last day. But regardless, it's like, man, like who's this person? Who's this person? So like,
Yeah, like
I feel
Maya
like
Stark. No idea who she was before.
yeah, no. I knew who Ingrid Lindblad was because of the Epson Tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just shows how competitive the women's golf is, man. And again, I hope the audience, man, takes time to like watch these women's play. Like that was probably one of the better playoffs in golf this year.
In golf this year.
In
Yeah, like
golf, in its
because like the
totality.
Masters playoff was like. Actually, no, that
Yeah.
was pretty freaking good. That
It
was
was,
pretty
but
good.
it was one and done. It was one and done.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
one and
yeah, yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Whereas like it wasn't real. I mean, Justin Rose hit an amazing approach
He
shot.
did. He did. He
Um,
did. Yeah.
but,
But
like-
she won with Eagle though. That's why I'm more impressed.
I know. Dude.
She won
She
with
won
Eagle.
with an eagle.
Yeah.
She got up and down from like further away than Rory did. You know.
Yes. Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, she was like 212, I think, or maybe further.
And I think she said she used a hybrid.
Yeah, she hit a
said
hybrid and it like stuck there on the right. Yeah.
And she said that club has been working all day, so I was like, why change it and stuff like that. But I'm gonna stick to my word. I think this playoff on the LPGA at the Evian was the best playoff in golf this year. And
Yeah.
I would love for you guys to throw tomatoes at me and tell me otherwise why it wasn't. But I truly believe it is. It is better than Patrick Reed's playoff
Yeah.
win, and then better than the 5 playoff hole at the
Yeah, with Pock Eater.
yeah. That was like it was better than the RBC with Sam Burns and Ryan Fox.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, bro. Yeah,
yeah,
I forgot about that one.
yeah.
Dude, this was great too because there was a chip in as well. Like we had a chip in for
That's
birdie,
exciting.
and then an
Yes.
eagle. Yeah, it's like, oh
Yeah.
shoot, she just
All
chipped
by
that in,
Grace
and it's
Kim
like,
too. All by Grace Kim.
yeah, and then it's like, yo, let's see how Jeeno responds. And Jeeno had that same birdie putt that she had in the 72nd hole, and she
Oh,
missed
she made
it.
it. Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
she made it in the playoffs, which was like,
Yes.
oh shoot, there was
Yeah.
some drama there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that like adding. There's like all these layers that made it way more exciting. Whereas like,
Agreed.
freaking last
Agreed.
week we just saw Griot hit it over the green and hand
Yeah.
Brian Campbell a victory.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. Yeah, bro, I totally agree with that, man. But again, shout out to Grace Kim, Epson Tour grad, wins a major at the Evian, man. What an amazing win. And I talk about this scripture in golf a lot, man. And it was good to see Grace Kim walk this out. Look at Philippians 3:13. It says, "Forgetting what lies behind, looking forward to what lies ahead." When we talk about in the playoff, hitting a wayward shot to the right into the penalty area, she could have focused on that the whole time. Short-term memory, focus on what was ahead, chipped in for birdie, extended to a second-round playoff. Look at hole 12. She double bogeyed. And it's like, I might be out of it. But she said in her press conference, like, I have nothing to lose. She forgot about the double bogey and went on. I think she went 4 under on the back nine. And I'm like, yo, that's amazing. And Gina only went 2 under on the back nine, which, again, forcing the playoff. And now we see how she overcome adversity to win her first major, man. So, again, Grace Kim, way to reflect the gospel, even though you might not known you were. But great win for you, man. That was just amazing.
I gotta say, hole 18 has to be her favorite hole on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, absolutely. Has to be, bro. Yeah. Eagle, a chip in birdie, and then, no, eagle, chip in birdie, eagle. Like, what are we talking about, bro? That's crazy, man. And another thing I want to talk about in women's golf is we look at majors, and, well, first off, an American has not won a major on the LPGA thus far, and there's only one more left.
Wow.
Now, if we look at the field, and this is just approximate estimating here, the United States Americans, they're probably about 20% of the field on the LPGA. Asians have majority with 50 to 60%. And then Europe, Oceania, they're the remaining like 20 to 30%. But again, an American has not won the LPGA in terms of a major. Mao Seigo, Japan, won the Chevron. Maya Starks, she's Sweden, won the Women's U.S. Open. And then Minjee Lee, Australian, won the KMPG. Grace Kim, also Australian, won the Evian. So my question is, with there being one more major, the AIG Women's Open, do you think American has a chance to win, or is it just kind of over for them?
Dude, I mean, it's hard to count Nelly out. You know what I'm saying?
Not for me. Not for me.
Yeah, I know for you. Dude, I don't know. I low-key also think this is kind of, but also kind of not Geno's year. Like I said, like in last week when we were doing the prediction, I was all like, picking Jeeno is almost like picking Scottie. It's just like an easy, like, she's got the numbers. I think she's number 1 on the race to CME.
Yep.
And she's having the best year. No offense, I think it's between her and Mao Seigo, but after this week, I think it's her probably winning player of the year.
I need Mal. I need her to get. If Mal can win another major, it's over because that's 2 majors. It's over. It's no question. It's no question.
Yeah, because Jeeno hasn't won a major.
No.
But I don't know. I also think with Jen Kupcho playing pretty well this week as well. I
she
think
was up there a little bit.
I think she can be a threat to close out the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm not giving up on the U.S. yet, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
might have a weak Solheim Cup team, you know.
That will be next year. So there's good they're not in a Solheim Cup
season
race this year. Yeah, it's 2026. Yeah, I think the last time. Yeah. 2024, Chevron was Nelly. 2023, Chevron was Leela Vu. She's American. 2022 was Jennifer Kupcho. So the last time an American did not win a major on the LPGA was 2020. So Yeah, I still have hope. My person who I think American can probably win is, like you said, Jennifer Kupcho. I think Angel Yin can probably be someone too. Also,
Oh,
Angel Yin, I think she finished like top three. She was one of my predictions for. I think, I think I picked her for the Chevron too,
for
man.
this
So
week. Oh, for
yeah,
Chevron.
Chevron. Yeah, I didn't pick her this week. But I think she could be someone that sneaks in there and possibly win. But it would be kind of crazy if there's a sweep internationally to
Yeah.
Americans. Yeah, yeah. But again, guys, please like, subscribe, rate us on Spotify, man. Like I said, Golf Channel, Golf Digest. All these people probably watching us right now, trying to see what they can steal from us, man.
Yeah.
Help us out, help us grow, so we can have more credibility. You know what I'm saying? Let's move over to men's golf, man. So PGA, you kind of already mentioned the homie Chan
Yeah.
Kim, man. It was just unfortunate, man. Those first 2 days, he looked amazing, amazing. Like
Yeah.
every time I was just on IG or something like that, because they didn't really showcase the ISCO like they did
Yeah.
the Genesis Scottish Open, obviously.
Of course. Yeah.
But every time I was scrolling, I'm like, this dude just had an ace. He just chipped in for birdie. I'm like, what is going on? So I'm thinking this is his week. But like they always say on the announcers always say, man, you can't win a tournament in the first few rounds, but you can for sure lose it. So I had hopes that he can continue to carry that momentum. I think just today just wasn't his day. I think he dropped like 12 spots. I mean, in reality, good finish. You're going to get
Yeah.
a decent amount of purse, but I know Chan's looking for his first win, man. You kind of hoped he would have got it here in Louisville. So, yeah, man. So I guess you kind of already made a take, but is there anything else you want to say in regards to the Hamilton
I don't
alum?
know. So, uh, he was my draft pick when we did the. He was my
You
undrafted
draft
signee.
undrafted, yeah. That's a good signing,
Yeah,
man.
he
Look
was
at
my
it, yeah.
undrafted signee, and it's kind of paying off. He finished in the top 20, I think, a few weeks ago. It was also another Birdie Fest weekend. I can't remember what it
He did
was.
good. Travelers?
It might have been the Travelers.
Yeah. I think you talked
Finished
about
top
that. Yeah.
20. I think last week he missed the cut, but then this week, dude, comes out and shoots 61 on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then there's like the post on the PGA Tour where he was all like, I could have made a couple more putts. And that's the thing is like everybody, when you shoot really low score, like you always want to, when you shoot low score, you never want to walk away like, I'm really good. You want to walk
Yeah.
away like, what could I have done better? So then you're still kind of hungry. So I did like that line when he's all like,
Yeah.
a couple more putts could have dropped. I think that's a good mentality. I just
Yeah.
I'm not in his mind, and
For
there
sure.
could be
For sure.
something you say like, "Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I want to get in that mindset." But it's really hard to like ingrain that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It did. It watching the press conferences like when freak who ended up winning
William Mao,
Meow.
Pepperdine
Yeah,
grad.
William Meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mao, yeah.
pin player.
Yeah.
He's all like, the course was playing tough, even though he shot like 65 or something like that.
He shot
But
61 actually. He went 9 under
oh,
on
did
day
he really?
on day 4, yeah.
Yeah, Tai Chan.
Tai
But
Chan, yeah.
yeah, he was saying the course was playing tough. So maybe it was just the course was different. Putter stopped working. I don't know. I'd actually love to like hear it, and I actually think it would be pretty good content for like people to listen to like what was going on, because I've been on that end where I was leading a tournament. It was a thunder. I remember it was like a Thunderbird invite. I remember like Nebraska was coming to watch me play. I was leading. I shot like 1 under. I was the only guy I shot under par at this tournament, and there was like all
Where
the
was
top
that?
players. It was at Papago.
Oh, nice.
All the top players in the state were in this tournament. I shot 71. I was like the lowest score of that, and I was in the final pairing, and then I ended up shooting 75, and it just like, God, it felt like crap shooting
Yeah.
75. And I got fifth. Like that was a really good finish for like where all the best players in the state were. But I was like, man, I just feel like if I could have contended better. But it would be cool to like listen to Chan's like mindset and like, like what happened? What did you feel? What's your approach to this next tournament now? You know?
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, hopefully he can have short-term memory, man, and move on from it. I mean, I'm sure he can take some good things from there, but obviously not the outcome that he wanted. But yeah, again, shout out to William Mao, Pepperdine finest, man. When I shot the episode with the homie Camden Brady, his coach actually coached William Mao. He coached a lot of Pepperdine guys, so he has Sahith
Oh,
Theegala, William Mao, like all those guys, man. So it was cool to see him win.
yeah, good day.
Yeah, shot 61 is crazy, man. And the thing that's so significant about him shooting 61, he started the day 7 back.
Yeah,
And
oh,
then
yeah,
went
that's right. He was
and
way
went
back, yeah.
yeah, and went
I
on
know
a
he was 7
heater.
back at one point. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think the
crazy,
start off
dude.
day 4 is 7 back, went 9 under. The person he beat by 1 stroke went 1 under, so then he was able to solidify his win. So,
Yeah. I was kind of
yeah.
rooting for the lefty, Paul Peterson. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
kind of like,
yeah,
come on,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. That's funny, man. But yeah, let's move on to obviously the Genesis Scottish Open. Some surprise cuts here. JJ Spawn, Sung J M. Sung J M hasn't. I think that's back-to-back cuts he's missed, but also Colin Morikawa, bro. And again, what's interesting about Colin? Again, he's still in this carousel, trying to find the right caddy. He's hiring a caddy, Bill Foster, just for these 2 weeks while they're overseas. Ironically, not ironically, but the Bill Foster used to caddy for Matt Fitzpatrick when he won the U.S. Open in 2022, and they split earlier this year after the Players, man. It's been a lot of caddy changes, man. But
Yeah.
do we just chalk this year up to Colin as an experimental year until he finds a solidified caddy? What are your thoughts?
Dude, my thoughts are how the question you asked me a while ago is like, who wants to caddy for this guy at this point? Like,
Yeah, it's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking. Like, am I here or like it's like, am I just trying out? And
yeah,
yeah,
I wonder how Bill Foster feels right now. It's like, yo, am I just two
well,
weeks? I got 2 weeks to
at
prove
least,
myself.
yeah. I think he just wants Bill Foster for link style. That's it. But at least
Yeah,
like he
yeah,
knows. Yeah, it's not like he's not dreading like a phone call. Like, dang, is he about to fire me? It's if it to me it feels like cut day in the NFL. Like you just hope your phone don't ring. You do
yeah,
not want them to ask you to turn in your playbook.
yeah,
You just hope you wake up, you're good, and Tuesday you're going to practice. And I feel like maybe these caddies feel like this when they unfortunately, get on with, Colin Morikawa or get on with Max Homa. And again, guys, we're not speaking bad about Homa or Colin at all. It's just the carousel we're seeing with these caddies. It's just mind boggling to me. Just like what needs to happen for someone to stick with them. I don't know if that's better golf or I don't know what type of chemistry needs to happen in regards to that.
yeah. It's just like these. It's their full-time job. If you're a caddy, like obviously, if like one of them calls me up, it's like, well, I could just go back to my job if you fire me.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's these caddies' full-time job, and they kind of. I'm assuming caddies want some stability on like whose bag they're going to be on,
Yeah.
and I don't know, like. But it's also like, yo, I'll take a little contract work if I'm
Yeah.
Bill Foster and I haven't been on a bag in a while. Like I'll just.
But you gotta make the cut to get paid.
That's
So
true
if
too.
Colin misses
Well,
both of these, it's just like, dang it.
I thought there's like always like a constant, like depending on how the caliber of the caddy, like they'll always like you have to fork up a little bit, for the
Probably
caddy.
to
But
some degree, but not enough where
yeah,
like, yeah, it's
it's like
livable.
livable. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
about
So
it. Yeah,
yeah, I would love to hear the audience thoughts in regards to the caddy carousel going on this year. And it's funny, like even like researching this, it's like, oh, well, Bill Foster and Matt Fitzpatrick just broke up this year. No one really talked about it as much, but it's like there's a
yeah,
lot of movement. I think we just, or at least for me, I don't want to say I have this false understanding, but when you just see the relationships that like Ted and Scottie has, and Paul Tesori and Tom Kim, you think things are just like kind of glued in terms of relationship, but
yeah,
like it's like, man, I guess this stuff happens all the time in terms of just rotating through cash. I'm sure these guys don't want that, but
yeah,
it's just to the point, like, man, what needs to happen for Colin to say like, hey, I will keep you on,
yeah.
but we would never know. That's up to Colin.
Yeah, you would think it'd be like because what another caddy player combination that comes to mind is Joel Dahman and his caddy. Like
Oh
they're
yeah, yeah,
they're
they're
tight,
close.
and it's just
Yeah,
I'm assuming every player on tour wants that, but it's like every player on tour also has to be willing to like fire someone if they're not performing well or whatever. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah,
And that's
because
the
they're
side we
tight.
don't know.
Yeah,
That's the side we don't know.
it's like
Maybe the caddy was doing terrible, or again, maybe it just wasn't the match. Maybe it just wasn't
yeah,
the match, and that's okay. That's
yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah. Going into some other stories here in regards to the Junior Scottish Open, Jake Knapp, man, he was at 11 under at one point, and I think it said the top 3 finishers get an exemption to the Open if you haven't already qualified or exempt already play in it. He was 11 under, gave away 6 shots at the point of when I heard this, and now he missed playing in the Open by 1 shot.
Dude,
And we talked about Jake Knapp. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. We were like, man, you just never know which one you're gonna get.
yes,
You can get record breaking Jake Knapp, or like
even
day
par.
four.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, day four he went +4. He went
Or
plus
yeah, or
four.
+4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. Day one, he went 6 under. It's like, oh, Jake is trying to get into the Open. And then second day, 1 under, still okay. Day
Yeah.
three, 2 under. And then he just went with 4 over. And it's just like, and golf's hard, guys. Trust me. Me and Nate played this weekend, bro. I shot 90. It's hard. It's hard. But it's just like, man, Jake, like I'm hoping, like, where's the consistency, man, so you can start to, dwell amongst the top of the tops, man. I think these like outlier days he be having hurt him so much. Because I think if you're not playing the Open, you're going to, I think, Tahoe. I think the other tournament's over there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
It's in California, I think. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. I feel like that's got to be, and I'm sure he sees like a psychologist, but it's got to be a mental thing because you can't tell me like a lot has changed with his swing, his clubs,
Swing is beautiful.
Physically, smooth swing. You
Yeah.
can't. There's not a lot that changes physically. But
Could be
to
those
day,
PXGs though.
Could be those PXGs. Yeah, if he played a real brand, he would. Anyways, but it could be like a psychological thing, and like how do you play freely? Because I think the reason why, I don't know. I honestly, like, there should be some statistician or someone that like looks this up, but it's like, when does Jake Knapp play his best? Is it day one or is it day two, and so on? And I think it's like, I bet you if it's not day one, it's on a day two or day three where the day before he didn't play okay. He didn't play that well. Because then he just goes out there and plays freely. And then when he plays freely, putts start to drop. The ball, he starts throwing darts. He hits fairways and that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of wondering, like, how can he just get into that mindset where he can play freely? And I mean, obviously, it's easier said than done. So it's like, yo, Nate, why don't you just unlock it for him then? It's like, I don't know the answer. But
That's funny.
what can he do to play freely? Obviously, it's a lot easier said than done, and I'm sure he's trying to do that every time he plays. But it's just, it's really hard to like kick the loom of like, hey, you just shot this number. Go think about it all night, and then come back and respond to that, and let's see how you do. Same thing with Chan Kim. Like, dude, you shot 9 under. You have now you have to like go eat dinner, go home, maybe practice a little bit, go home, and then come back, and it's like, yo, how do you follow that up? It's really hard to do. Like, just to load in your great score. I'm like, I'm nervous. I gotta respond. Like, there's so many thoughts that can happen throughout that whole time between rounds that that it can move you in one direction mentally, or it's just like a bad direction where you start to get more anxious on the course.
Yeah, bro. And it's not like, and for the people who are listening, it's not like we're saying go out there and shoot 61, bro. That's tough. But it's just like, man, have some consistency where like that gauge is like 61 to 68, just enough to like, again, keep you in the conversation, bro. Because I would love to see Jake Knapp be playing at the Open, But like I said, unfortunately, he's out by one stroke, man. So I would love to see how things just play for him psychologically as well. For any player, I would love to see for a player who unfortunately folds psychologically, to see their mindset. A guy who's dominant psychologically, like a Scottie,
Like a Scottie,
or like I would love to see how Fleetwood was his mindset and things. I think these are it'd be very interesting to see how these things work. Because go ahead.
Or like Rory in the Masters, because he was winning. He starts seeing Bryson messing up. He starts playing a different game. Like, that's why he hit it in the water on 15 or whatever. Remember, he like laid up, and it's just so much between the ears as it is like, yo, can you hit this wedge shot, or can you hit this fairway? It's that's why it's so complex. It's so complex, so hard to break down, and that's why it's so hard. I think that's the most difficult thing about golf is that like it's really all mental. Like, once you get the swing down, like, all the guys on tour can hit the same shots.
Yes, no question.
Who can lock in mentally is the guy that wins.
I think that separates a guy from getting on the Corn Ferry versus being on the tour. A lot of those guys could probably hit every shot you can hit, like you just said.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't have the mental conditioning to, withstand maybe playing alongside Scottie, or if I'm with, a Xander, the crowd following. Like I just can't play through those situations. Or dang it, maybe I'm up 2 strokes going into day 4. Mentally, I just can't do it. So
Yeah.
but I think, like you said, I think when it comes to like, all right, hit this shot, they can go neck and neck all they want.
Yeah.
But I think the mental, at least on the tour, is probably the number one factor when it comes to these 3 things. Again, like I said with Sophie, endurance, mental, skill. I don't think a player is losing their skill while playing golf. I would hope they train themselves to be in shape, because that's like a physical aspect that you can do. Mental, I think the mental is just the hardest to train, because you're always going to have negative thoughts. Try to intercede into your mind and stuff like that. And I know, at least when we talk about our walk with Christ, I love what it says in Romans 10:17. It says, faith comes by hearing, hearing by the word of God. So it's like, man, how does self-talk help in regards to like audibly saying good things? I think it said also in Proverbs 12:25, it says, anxiety weighs a man's heart down, but a good word cheers him up. So it's like, man, what words are we using to cheer ourselves up and stuff?
Yeah.
Or like, how can one practice that? And again, if you're saying that vocally and out loud too, because faith comes by hearing, it's like, could help significantly. And I know it looks weird to talk out loud while you're walking down hole 17, but if that's going to produce wins, I would talk out loud
dude,
all the
like,
time.
Yeah, if you're winning, then just start.
Yeah,
Who cares? But
exactly. But man, shout out to Chris Gotterup. Grabs his 2nd win on the PGA Tour. Tied the course record today as well. I think he shot 61. And it's crazy because his win actually got him into the Open, which, again, Jake Knapp was competing with a guy like him who didn't have like an automatically qualification to get into there, man. And the thing that's crazy in an interview that almost threw him off his game, they put him on the clock on hole 12. So I don't know what happened in regards. Yeah, I don't know what happened in regards to pace of play or what. Yeah. And he obviously he was in Rory's grouping.
they were going neck and neck. They were
back
and forth.
Yeah, and he's like, bro, and I kind of understand if you did take your time, like, bro, I'm going against Roy right now. I can't lapse, so I have to lock in.
And they're in the last group. So it's like,
who cares? Who cares? Yeah, for real, man. That's a good point. And only thing I can think, obviously, is if he was getting outdrove by Rory and Wyndham, which Rory drops the ball a mile. Maybe they're like, okay, he's taking too long. I'm trying to, get to this. Maybe. I'm not trying to call Rory a snitch, but that could be my only thing. But, yeah, they put him on the clock, and that almost kind of got him, but you still end up winning by 2 strokes. So that for him, that was good to just overcome, the I don't want to say call it necessarily a trial, but the thing that what was put in front of him with being on the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, so much credit to him being paired again with world number 2, and I guess former Olympian world number 5, Wyndham Clark.
6,
Yeah.
He was top 10 in the world.
Yeah, this year not looking the same at all. But with that being said, what were your thoughts from much of you saw? What were your thoughts on Rory game? Because this was very promising from a guy who kind of disappeared a little bit after the Masters, and then went on to like have some comments about like trying to find other hobbies, not really caring as much. I don't know if it's something about him coming back to his home, continent or what. But what were your thoughts on Rory's game?
Dude, I thought he putted really well. Like
I do.
I feel like Rory's putting's underrated. And remember when you like listed like Rory stats versus Scottie stats?
Yeah.
He was like 6th in putting.
Yeah.
Right? At that time.
Something like that.
It's like,
yes.
Dude, his putting is because obviously the most dazzling characteristic of his game is his driver, because he's up there. Like it's like him and Bryson are like the 2
one that's
most
not
impressive
non-conforming
drivers.
guys.
Yeah, it's not conforming. No, but his driver is so impressive that people forget how great he is at putting, and I feel like he can just will putts together. Even last year at the U.S. Open, like I felt like his he would make long putts for birdie just to climb the leaderboard and put some pressure on Bryson when Bryson won last year. And today he was doing the same thing. It wasn't like Chris Gotterup was going against like a Rory that more or less went missing for the last 2 months.
For sure.
It was like
for sure.
It was like we were back to prime Rory.
Yeah.
And this guy, who's more of an undercard kind of name, comes up and just literally holds Rory off. It's like, dude, it would have been like, I don't know, a crappy NFL team holding off the New England Patriots when they had Brady and Moss. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technically, to a degree, you can say that because the Giants at the time got in like as a last seed.
Dude, yeah, that's right. They were playing wild card game. Yeah.
And then came and obviously upset the Patriots with a Brady and Randy Moss. Now, obviously, you can't say that Chris was the Giants.
The Giants,
per se. Yeah. But like the analogy still makes sense. Like, where did this guy come from? We didn't expect the Giants to come here and yeah.
This was his second win on tour.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. It's like I would say he's similar to like the Giants. Like he's like a playoff guy, kind of caliber kind of guy. But
yeah, I got hot at the right time.
But you just think like, yeah, he's a one and done playoff. But hey, at least Tom Coughlin gets to keep his job.
Yeah. Great point, man. But no, I think this is very promising for Rory's game, man. And it's funny. So when we were playing golf yesterday, and I was talking to Denzel, he was like, when I had yelled to you, I forgot what hole we're on. I was like, "Yo, Rory's leading." He was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then Denzel was like, "Is Rory still?" Denzel said, "Oh, Rory's trying again." So it was just like, yeah. I said, "I guess so, man." So this is good to see Rory's game too. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Rory personally, but I respect his game when I see him playing good golf. But here's the question I'm going to ask, which obviously people might think it's a reach, but I'm going to do it anyways. With Rory playing well again, can this cause some rift in regards to who's the better golfer this year between him and Scottie? Or do we wait to see what happens after the Open to have that conversation?
I think we have to wait to see what happens after the Open. But right now, I would pick Rory to win the Open over Scottie.
Oh yeah.
Dude. So
go ahead.
So let's just play it out, okay? Like, let's say Rory wins the Open and Scottie gets 7th, let's say. But he didn't even finish in the top 10 this week, did he?
I think he was T8th, right under Xander, I think.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say he finishes 7th or 8th.
But he was never threatening. He was never threatening the leaderboard.
Yeah, like he was never up there. Like he just kind of played into the top 10 and then solidified his top 10 spot.
Yeah. Which is a bad day for Scottie.
Yeah, we're like, yo, Scottie, what's wrong, bro? but let's play it out. Let's say Rory wins this next week and Scottie gets 8th. I think we're back in that conversation again. Like, who had a better year?
I think so too.
Actually, let's say it like this. Let's say you just take the beginning of the year up to the Masters and you take out the middle, minus the time that Scottie won, because you have to include the PGA because he won.
Yeah. But then I know what people are going to say if there's Scottie stands. Then you have to also kind of eliminate the beginning of the season for Scottie because he did not do too hot in the beginning. Just to try to balance. I know.
Fair enough.
I feel like Stans will say that. Stans will say that. Yeah.
Fair enough. that is a good point. So you have to take out a little bit of it but dude, when Scottie started off slow, it wasn't like.
His worst finish was waste management. He got like T25.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't like. Because Rory would like barely make the cut in some of these events.
Barely made the cut, missed the cut at the RBC. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like Scottie, he missed the cut at the U.S. Open. Rory did, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't talking about Scottie.
Wait, Rory? He didn't miss the U.S. Open. He barely got in.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's right.
He barely got in. Yeah. Bryson missed the cut.
Yeah, Bryson missed the cut. But Scottie, like. His floor is higher for sure, but I feel like Rory, when he dominates, he dominates. But then again, like we didn't see 4 great days from Rory in any tournament. Like the Masters, he shot 72 to start.
Yeah.
So like imagine if we saw 4 great days from Rory.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, if Rory wins, this is
This
a
is a
tougher
different
conversation.
conversation,
It's
100%.
because
Yes.
and it's 2 majors. He's got 2 majors this year.
Yeah, and Scotty has 1 major, and I
2
think
wins.
I think Scotty I think he has 3. No, does
He
he
might
have a
have
signature
3.
event, the Memorial,
The
and
Houston
oh,
and the
and
one
then
in Houston.
yeah, Byron Nelson.
The Byron Nelson.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah. So
yes. He has 3.
that's 3 plus the
3.
major.
Yeah,
So right now, Rory has 3 wins on tour this year.
they
If
both
he
have
wins the
3.
open,
Yeah,
if he wins the
and then he,
open, then it's 4
2
wins,
majors.
2 majors,
Yeah, yeah. That's a conversation, man.
and it's the Masters, dude. So it's like you won the
Yeah.
most important event, and then you won the oldest event.
Yes.
So you know,
Oh yeah. And again, guys, I do love Scotty. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a stan like you guys, but I think even the stan has to tip their hat off and say Rory's having a better season if he fulfills what we just said here. But we'll see. That's going to make it very interesting, and I kind of hope it does for the sake of discussion. Move on to look at Scotty, man. Like Scotty finished T8 was solid. Putting is still a little wayward. I think this is good for him to do it this week as opposed to next week at the Open. Scotty missed 17 putts inside of 10 feet and was 64th in
yikes.
putting in the field this week, man. So
Oh,
again, when we look at
that's what I was thinking of. He was 64th
yeah,
in putting. Okay.
yes, yes, yes. So what's interesting about this, we look at the last 3 winners. The people who won the Open the previous week, they were top 15 in putting. So with Scotty being 64th in the field, maybe some concern. Now again, golf is week to week.
Yeah.
You can get hot at any time, but statistically, what the trend has showed with the last 3 winners is top 15 in putting
Yeah.
translates into winning.
Yeah, so maybe another DA finish for Scotty coming up, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Because Scotty's still going to ball strike like crazy. He's going to hit his
Oh, of
greens.
course.
He's going to
He's his
chip
irons.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But the putting, man, missing 17 inside 10 feet is a little nervous. But I think for Scotty, this could have been like, hey, man, I'm just trying to, feel link style out a little bit. And this is going to transition into – because Scotty has that ability to be like, okay, that means absolutely nothing to me. I can go out here and win.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Now let's go on to Xander here. Xander had to see our video because Xander was like, okay, I don't know who these 2 guys in Phoenix talking about, but I'm going to show them up because we say he accidentally got a top 10. Other finishes weren't that crazy, but he showed up, man, with a solid TA finish. This is his best finish, or tie for his best finish of the year, but this one was intentional. And the other thing that was interesting that these guys talked about, and I kind of looked into it more. They had said if he didn't finish inside the top 50 this year because he's outside the top 50 in FedEx Cup points, would he qualify for signature events? But the stipulation is he's top 30 in official world golf ranking, so he should be fine. But first when they said that, I'm like, can he not make the 2026 signature events? But he's fine. But again, question for you: what did you think about Xander's performance this week as he heads in to defend his title at the Open?
I don't know. I do think it was a more solid top 8. I don't feel like people fell out of the top 10. That's I guess to kind of add to my comments last week about how not every top 10 finish is a top 10 finish. I feel like if you finish top 10 because someone like Ludwig triples the last hole going for the pin because he's
Masters,
2 strokes away, and he has to make an albatross, hits it, goes in the bunker or whatever, and then he gets a triple, then now you just bump up ahead of him. That's not you finished top 10, but it's not an impressive top 10.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Xander played his way in.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Maybe he was just responding to what we were saying about him not playing well.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I look at it statistically, man. His ball striking was fine, and even when I read off those stats a couple of weeks ago, he was still in the lead ball striking. He didn't really fall off dramatically with that. I'm so sick of this thumbs up thing. But statistically, I think when someone interviewed him, he just said his issue was his putting. Not drastically, but his putter last year was so hot, bro. So hot. As soon as he made that putt at the PGA Championship to win against Bryson, his putter was the best putter on tour last year. Yeah. So I think if he figures out, the kinks with his putter, I'm just hoping again it can get competitive with challenging world number 1 with world number 3. And if Rory started to play like he played, dog, like we can like playoff golf when we get to like the BMW, FedEx, and Tour Championship should be fun. Especially is it this year that they eliminate the match play or the not match play but
The
starting off
strokes,
with,
like advantage. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, so
Today,
that's gonna
this
be
is the year. Yeah.
that's gonna be super fun, bro. If Xander can figure out his putting and we can see 1, 2, and 3 really go at it. I'm unfortunately excluding 5 because Colin's not. I'm calling this year for Colin as like an
Just
what I said earlier,
a rebuild
trial,
year.
yeah, a trial and error year, man. Like he's just trying to figure things out, man. So, so good showing for Xander, good showing for Rory. For Scottie, he's not gonna say it's a good showing, but however, TA is still solid for Scottie, man. So a lot to build off for both Xander and Rory. Real quick, want to get into LIV Golf really fast. So Talor Gooch wins LIV Alducia. I think that's how you say it. Not sure. Beating Jon Rahm by 1 stroke, 8 under to 7 under. And Talor Gooch went on to shoot rounds of 69, 60, 66, and 70. Obviously, there are only 3 rounds in LIV Golf. But this is the thing I want to talk about. Do you remember last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, the comment that Talor Gooch had when he said, like, if anyone wins the Masters, including Rory, that it's an asterisk because you don't have the best people in the field competing with them. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was him?
That was Talor Gooch.
I remember that comment. Yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely
And
got
everyone's
viewed.
like, "Who's Talor Gooch?" That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
Like, who's
Yeah.
Talor Gooch to say that? Does he think he's one of the best players in the world because he's not
Yeah.
playing in the Masters?
I think I think that was his whole take and stuff too, man. I think some
Yeah.
people did understand it to a degree, but then some people, I think because Talor Gooch said it, they had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a lot of issues with it, bro. But in reality, shout out to Talor Gooch, man, for winning. I think this is his 4th win on LIV, and then his 2nd time at this venue winning. So good for him. But Jon Rahm still hasn't won in a while, neither on the in the major fronts or on LIV. He was super close. They got a team victory. His team got a team victory, but he hasn't gotten a solo victory yet. But this leads into my next question. Since the inception of LIV Golf, they have not been swept by the PGA when it comes to majors. For the first time this year, it is a real possibility. Do you think someone from LIV Golf has a chance to end that? Because we see this year it's been Rory, JJ Spawn, and Scottie. Let me go over the last 3 years real quick. So go back to 2022, Masters, Scottie, PGA Championship, Justin Thompson, U.S. Open, Matt Fitzpatrick. The Open was Cam Smith. So technically, I'm going to give it. But there's a LIV guy. 2023 Masters, Jon Rahm, LIV guy right there. PGA Championships, Brooke Koepka, another LIV guy. U.S. Open, Wyndham Clark, the Open, Brian Harmon. 2024 Masters, Scottie. PGA Championship, Xander. U.S. Open, Bryson. The Open,
and then Xander.
Xander, yes. So for the first time, LIV can possibly get swept. Do you think a LIV player has a chance of winning the Open to eliminate the possibility of that happening?
Dude, I wasn't going to pick a LIV player. Were you going to pick a LIV player?
For sure I was going to pick a LIV player.
You were for the Open?
Yes.
Dude,
yeah.
Like the only guy, and I'm getting ahead, but like the only guy I think of is like Jon Rahm. I don't think.
Yeah, and that's a legit. And I'm going to say why I picked him, but that is a legit pick when it comes to links golf.
But just this year hasn't done well. Hasn't won. You know, I
He
guess
hasn't
well at the
won in a
U.S.
while.
Open. He did well at the U.S. Open last day, and that's more similar to Europe. But like, I mean, even Sophie was saying it, and like I think other players have said it's like, dude, when you go overseas, it's just different. Like the link style golf is a little bit different. You feel like the courses are older in their design because that's where golf originated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I wasn't gonna pick a LIV guy. I would put my money on PGA sweeping. Like I think.
Wow. Yeah.
I
Not a bad take at all.
Dude, I bet. I wonder who is going to be favored to win the Open, like
Scottie.
on FanDuel or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You think he's going to be Scottie?
Yeah, bro. They always pick Scottie, bro. It's never fun.
I'm saying like on Monday, like when they.
Oh, okay.
I bet you because I bet you Rory's going to be up there.
Oh, he's always
especially after.
He's typically
He's
always
going to
number 2.
It's going to be Scottie 1 and Rory probably number 2, especially after this performance. You know.
So here it is. 2 hours ago, just got updated. So this is the closest we're probably going to get. First, obviously, Scottie. Second, Rory. Third, Jon Rahm. Fourth, Bryson DeChambeau. Yes. Fifth, plot twist, Tommy Fleetwood. Sixth, Ludwig Oberg. Yeah, Ludwig Oberg. After that, Shane Lowry. And then someone who's, and we'll get to it, Tyrell Hatton. And then Victor Hovland. And then Robin McIntyre. So that's what the odds are saying right now. Joaquin Neiman's in there, but I'm not falling for this anymore. I'm not falling for Joaquin anymore, man. As much as I love the guy, I'm not falling for it. But you think there's a possibility the PGA sweeps LIV this year in regards to
high
majors?
Possibility. Dude, I also think like the record shows it this year is like out of all the majors, it's just like I feel like the PGA has really dominated all the majors this year. And I guess the U.S. Open will be the course that's the most similar to. Is it at the old course this year?
Royal Port Push. How you say it?
Yeah. It's just one of the. The open courses, but yeah, like I think the closest we got was the U.S. Open, and I feel like the PGA dominated that. Like Tyrrell Hatton played his way up there towards the end.
Carlos Ortiz too, man.
Oh shoot, yeah, but
and Rahm too, man.
Yeah, Jon Rahm played his way well, but I feel like I still feel like
it was three people from LIV in the top 8.
I still feel like, but none of them had the lead. You know what I'm saying? Like Rahm had the lead. Like Rahm had the lead at Valhalla, so we're like, okay.
PGA Championship, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Masters, Bryson was like one back from a solo leader in Rory. You know, I think right. They were one back or they were tied going on the last day. But I feel like the U.S. Open, like none of the LIV guys had a lead. They definitely played well on the last day to be a threat to make some noise. But it was still kind of like, and granted, JJ Spawn played amazing. And I don't know, but part of me also thinks like they only got in there because Adam Scott and Sam Burns started to play like crap because they were the most affected by the rain delay. You know?
Yeah, but they took advantage of what happened though.
Yeah,
they could have folded too, man. But so my thing, I think the answer is high chances it's a sweep, but like I just like good golf. I'm not like pro LIV and stuff like that. I just like good golf. But again, like we talked about with the Masters, Bryson DeChambeau, we understand Patrick Reed was right there. He's solo third.
Yeah.
US Open, we had 3 guys from LIV in the top 8. We go into PGA Championship.
Jon Rahm had the lead at one point on Sunday.
So like they're always floating. It's not that's why when people like on socials go with this LIV versus PGA, I'm gonna give the PGA, but it's not a wash like people think. People think like, oh, this wouldn't even be close. This would be this. It's like, what are you saying? We literally look when they're in like a combined group that it is closer than what a lot of people think. We haven't seen like where, you know, and I don't want to let me actually go back to the PGA Championship final because the only person that's coming to my head right now is Rahm. That might be the only tournament where like they washed PGA Champions Tour. Yeah, Rahm T8, Bryson DeChambeau went T2. So guys, and Joaquin Neiman was T8. So LIV guys are always kind of floating around there. It's not like, oh, the PGA took the first 15 spots and then LIV guys are just uncontested. The only 2 that are typically uncontested every time were 3. Unfortunately, Phil, Cam Smith. That's probably the biggest disappointment who went to LIV. And then Brooks Koepka only really showed out at the U.S. Open. But like everyone else, bro.
One day, yeah.
One
day, and then after that, like he kind of just rode off that 65 that he shot, you know, on
end up
Friday
getting T12. Yeah. So I would say a sweep is highly, but like I'm not gonna knock it, bro. And again, I'm just a golf fan that watches golf, and this is what things of the past are just objectively showing. Like Patrick Reed got a third at the Masters. You can't argue that. Bryson DeChambeau got what he got. You can't argue that. So, but yeah, I wonder. Someone's going to take this from us. I know they are. This is going to pop up. Someone's going to they're going to take this from us. But I wonder if a sweep will happen or if if LIV can get this one to prevent that happening. I would love for you guys to tell us in the comments again, like, subscribe, rate us on Spotify. But I want to hear these thoughts. This is a good topic.
I do think it, like, having the PGA and LIV, it kind of does have like more of a protagonist and antagonist feel.
It does. Yeah.
There's more of like a team, like your team LIV or your team PGA, and then it makes a good conversation. Like, all right, do all these major winners have an asterisk? Which I think that statement is dumber than the than the fact that the PGA might sweep. Like I feel like the PGA, but
yeah, you can't say it's an asterisk. You definitely, and like I said, there are LIV guys in the field. Like, it's just an asterisk because it's like Talor Gooch. Like, do you think you were the guy? I mean, because
and it's like, well, guys like Cam Smith fall off and they don't qualify for the event next year or whatever. It's like, well, then that means that guy isn't a top player in the world right now.
Yeah.
So otherwise, he would have proven it. It's like the whole world of golf is just to qualify. I remember this one guy who played at ASU and he practiced at Lone Tree where I practiced at, and unfortunately passed away. Rest in peace.
Oh, wow.
But Tony Grimes, he'd always say, like, in golf, you're always trying to qualify. Like, when you're in high school, you're trying to qualify to be a starter in high school. Then when you are a starter, you try to qualify your way into college. Like, you play these tournaments to more or less qualify into college. And then when you're in college, you play these qualifiers to be a starter on your team. And then after college, you go to qualifying school, Q school, to get into the PGA Tour. So it's like, yeah, if you didn't make it in, if you're not making it into the majors, then you should have qualified. Like, that's why golf is cutthroat as it is, And obviously, it's easier said than done. I qualified for nothing in my life, But like, but yeah, like, and I don't know. I feel like I sound a little heartless when I say, like, well, Cam Smith should have just qualified. And don't get me wrong, like, I would love to see prime Cam Smith compete against these guys.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
As a golf fan,
yes,
I would love it because he was a dog. And
like we said, but before Hideki set the tour record for scoring, like, it was held by Cam Smith at the Century.
Cam Smith, yeah. And the other, I'll say this as a caveat because there are sponsors exemptions. Like, I wouldn't be mad if these LIV guys that were good, 4 or 5 years ago, got us. Like, I wouldn't be like holding the sponsors like accountable. Like, why'd you let Cam Smith in? You know, but I do think it's like at a certain point, like, these guys got to play their way in. If they make a decision to go to LIV, so it's harder to play their way in, well, they got to find a way. There's still U.S. Open qualifiers around.
Yeah.
There are still open qualifiers. There's other ways to get in, and I think LIV allows for them to do that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I don't think LIV is hindering anybody from achieving that at all.
To play in these. Yeah, so I don't know. I again, at the end of the day, I would love to see guys like Cam Smith, Prime Brooks, Prime DJ to go head to head with some of these guys. But it's like, if you didn't play your way in, like, it's kind of like Max Homa not playing in the U.S. Open. It's just unfortunate, but that means he's just not the top guy right now.
Yeah.
So there's no asterisk with these events.
Yeah. Great point, man. Let's move over to our open predictions. So it's going to be at the Royal Portrush Golf Club, par 71. Yardage is 7,381 yards. Along the coast, it's going to be super windy, and we know they got deep bunkers. So again, predicting 4 winners with 2 dark horse picks. I will go first, and I'll let you go next, Nate. And like I said, I'm going Jon Rahm, bro. Jon Rahm, probably one of the better link style players since 2017, doing my research here. Won twice at the Irish Open in 2017 and 2019. He's strong performances this year in every single major. T14 at the Masters, T8 at the PGA Championship, which he was leading at one point, and he got aggressive, which I'm okay with that play to beat Scottie. He didn't, but I'm okay with that play. And then also he got a T7 at the U.S. Open. And again, this week, he tasted kind of a team victory, even though it's not the same as a solo victory when it comes to golf, but he just came off a winning circle situation. Only lost by 1 stroke to Talor Gooch, but I think Jon Rahm, historically, what he does in link style play, has a good chance to hopefully defend not being swept by the PGA.
Yeah, so like I said, if I was gonna pick a LIV player, it would be Jon Rahm. but I'm gonna go with my first pick. He's gonna be a reach right now, but I'm gonna say it. Week 5 of picking Victor Hovland. Let's go, dude. So this is the thing. He played well. He got 8th, tied with he got 11th.
Yeah, yeah,
He was one stroke off of Scottie and Xander, so he's
yeah.
one stroke off of the guy who's defending the title.
Mm-hmm.
And again, irons are dialed right now. If he can just figure out his putter. Yo, wait, what was your stat? Top 15 in putting? Was he top 15 in putting this week?
That would be something you have to look into.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I'm not. Yeah, his putter's never really that hot. Yeah.
Yeah, if he can dial in his putting, he has a very good chance to make a threat. The other thing too is he's like 8th or whatever when you were pulling up the FanDuel odds to win. So, just all our listeners out there, if you're gonna put money down, put it on Victor. But don't, but don't gamble. If you do it responsibly.
There you go, man. My next pick, man, I got Sepp Straka, bro. And my only concern is his bunker saves. And that's the one thing he said he's still trying to figure out when it comes to link style golf. We know those bunkers are super, super deep. But we got to think about this too, man. He's top 10 in bogey avoidance, so he knows how to stay off going over par. And he's one of 6 players to have multiple wins this year. And I don't know why we're not addressing that as much as we should have. But Sepp Straka's having a pretty good year. He's 3rd on tour, strokes gained approach to green, as well as 6th in strokes gained total. And I want to see actually from the fairway to the green, strokes gained approach to green, he's ranked 3rd. And lastly, we want to stay out of those fescues. The grass there is pretty crazy when it comes to playing there. He's ranked 11th in driving accuracy. So I think this is a real chance for Sepp Straka to grab a major win here at the Open.
Okay. So my next pick going to be Ludwig Oberg.
Okay.
So again, the accuracy off the tee is the biggest concern because you don't want to get in the fescue.
You don't.
But because you mentioned the thing on bunkers, so I pulled the stats up. So again, this is the thing. So last week I picked him because he had his proximity for his approaches was 19th, or it was really, really high last week. And right now it's 19th.
Okay.
So if he can find the fairway, he'll hit a good approach. The other thing is sand save is 61.46%, which is significantly above tour average, and he's 45th in sand save. So that being said, he also didn't he get 8th this week?
I think he finished pretty solid because I debated picking him, but then I went back and I went back and looked at his other stuff. I was like, I can't do it.
So anyways, he's back in his home continent. He's locking in for Ryder Cup because he's got to get in.
He's outside of 6, yeah.
Yeah, he's outside the 6, so he's got to play good enough at this time. Got to get hot to get picked. And I think he's gonna will it. He's gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Let's go.
I think a lot of people want to see that, man. It hasn't been his year, but one can hope, man. My next pick, and I will agree with this, bro. I have Victor Hovland too. If you really eliminate the blunder he had on hole 17 because he had a double, day 4 looked really, really good for him. I know there were some concerns about him withdrawing from the Travelers due to the injury, but I think we can put that in our back pocket. He played really well this week. But again, I'm going to need him to have his irons and wedges dialed in. He's 2nd in approach to green. Picked up a victory already this year at Valspar, even though it was a kind of an easy victory. Thomas kind of gave it away. But I am concerned with his short game, and that's his own concern as well, man. We all know his weakness has been in short game. So if he does end up in those deep bunkers, how well is he going to do getting out? If he does, not pin seek, am I trusting him to knock him in? And he showed adversity in doing well in those things at the U.S. Open, but you kind of hope that's transferable here to the Open. So I have hopes for Victor Hovland as well.
Yeah, dude. So just qualitatively watching it, because watching this weekend, I was like, his irons are always on point, and again, 2nd in approach to green. If his putter can get somewhat above average,
top 25, yeah.
Easily. Yeah. He's gonna be top 5 player. He's gonna be in top 5 this weekend. So let's go, Victor. I'm gonna pick him every week until he wins. Given that he's in the field.
Right.
All right. So this is my 3rd pick.
This would be your 4th.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, third. I got Ludwig and Victor, and then my third
Oh, I'm
is
tripping. I'll go
Rory.
first. You're right. You're right. You're right. Roy's a
Yeah,
good pick
I'm
too.
gonna go.
That's a good
I'm
pick.
gonna go for Rory just because, based off his performance this week. But dude, if just his stats, he's like the top 5 in a bunch of things. Just
Yeah.
like you listed it off like when we did the Rory versus Scottie. Like he's always top and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And again, dude, his putter is so underrated. Like
Very.
he can make long putts for birdie
Mm-hmm.
or for par saves. And I feel like for guys like Chris Gotterup, it's got to be so frustrating because you feel like you got him on this hole, and then he just drains this putt.
Right.
So Rory's good. Rory, I feel like is a very, very solid pick. And again, hats off to Chris Gotterup for holding that guy off.
Yeah. That's nerve wracking, bro. You're going against world number 2.
Yeah, draining long putts right in front of you.
So you make a good point, bro. Putting, he's ranked 3rd. Putting average 6. One putt percentage, he's 10th, 43.6. So it's like that backs up your putter theory.
We gotta let the world know, like Rory's putter is so underrated because he's so well known for his drives, which I get it is so impressive, and
Yep.
he might be the second best driver in the game of golf right now, and
He
Bryson
is.
being number one.
Yeah. In terms of
But
distance or overall?
just overall, like strokes
Yeah.
gained, let's say, yeah, because like
Yeah.
if you hit it far but you're in the rough, it's like, well, it's easier to hit a wedge shot out of the rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, his driver, it just kind of takes over like what's impressive about his game, but it's like, dude, his putting is unbelievable. We gotta let the world know, dude.
Yeah, you make a great point, and I'm gonna back you up on that too. I'm not picking Roy as my pick. It's nothing wrong. I think that's a great pick. But again, statistically, you look at his strokes gained off the tee in terms of driver, he's 5th. Driving distance, he's 2nd. Driving accuracy, he's 166, so he's a little wayward with that. But then, who cares? Because he's 17th in scrambling. So he makes up for inaccurate drives. And we got to understand to the audience, and there's some golf heads that are listening, like, if you're just on the fringe of the rough, that's counted as a missed fairway, but it's not like terrible. It's not like when we say missed
Yeah.
fairway, it's like, oh, we're behind the trees or we just hit someone's house. Like, they're
Yeah.
still hitting, decent lies where they can still get on the green in 2. Yeah. And scrambling from the rough, he's 68th, and he's 58.89%. So, Rory.
Yeah. Like the thing is like, we talked about it last week with Brian Campbell. Like distance obviously isn't everything.
It's
but
everything. It is important, but it's not everything. Yeah.
But golf is easier if you're in the rough and you're hitting pitching wedge into a small green versus when you're 212 yards out in the middle of the fairway hitting it to a small green. Like it's really hard to control that shot. Granted, in the rough, like the spin is kind of unpredictable, but like you can at least get enough swing speed on it that you can have some kind of confidence in the ball that the ball's going to stay where pretty much close to where it lands. But if you're 212, you swing slow, that's going to let the ball run through the green. So, I think Rory's driver puts him in these positions to do that, but he can close. Like he hits really, really good drives and doesn't waste it. Like what I was talking about this weekend when I played with Geremy. Like if I hit a great drive, I feel like I'll still get a bogey, but Rory will hit a good drive, hit a good wedge to about 15, 20 feet, and that putt's going to go in or get really close to going in.
Yeah.
It's such an underrated part of his game, and the world doesn't know it,
They would, they're not talking about it. Because again, like you said, they're over infatuated by his driving skills. But
it's way more dazzling, obviously.
Yeah, 100%. My last pick, man. I'm gonna get back on the Sam Burns train, man. One runner-up this year at the RBC.
Yo, I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah. Which we know is unfortunate because he lost to Ryan Fox, man. You was hoping he was going to pull that one off. And he had a good outing at the U.S. Open. Obviously not the outcome that he want. But, man, I like Sam Burns, man. And then, obviously, with the significant he's 7th in sand saves. And he's still currently number 1 in putting. So if he can get out of the bunker and then get on one putt, I'll be super grateful for that. And I think driving distance, he has to be like top 5 or something like that too, man. So, again, he's a big hitter as well.
Yeah, he's a good. I was actually gonna go with Sam Burns too as my 4th pick.
Yeah.
I was between picking him as my 4th pick or my sleeper, but since you brought it up, I'll just pretty much echo your same sentiments. Like
Mm.
the putting wins tournaments, and just as a fan of Sam Burns, I would love to see
know.
him. I
Yes.
would love to see him kind of close it out as more or less of a response to the U.S. Open. And it's like, how do you come back from that? Well, by winning the Open,
I wonder where he is in FedEx Cup points. About to see right now. Burns, so obviously Scottie, Rory, Sepp, Justin Rose, Russell Henley, Ben Griffin, J.J. Spawn, Harris English, Tommy Fleetwood, Keegan Bradley. Dang, where you at, Sam? Sam is 21. Yeah. So he would have to be a
21.
captain's. He had to be a captain's pick when it comes to it.
Yeah, dude. But it's like the thing is, like, if he plays pretty hot towards the end of the year,
He can climb.
yeah, it'd be a legitimate captain's pick. And then he was captain's pick last Ryder Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Let's move into our dark horses, though, man. So I'm taking a risk here, but I've backed them up plenty of times throughout the year. I drafted them in the 7th round when we did our draft. Give me Tyrell Hatton. He's been the steady Eddie throughout all these majors, man. There's this event called the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship. That's on the European Tour. That's played in St. Andrews, which is link style. He won 3 times on that tour, and his last one came in 2024. And my only fear with Tyrell Hatton is his emotional roller coaster, because he starts to kind of have a bit of outbursts and stuff. So if he could just stay stable throughout the tournament, it's not. If you just stay stable, bro, I think Tyrell Hatton, as a dark horse, has a chance to. Hopefully, he hasn't won a major, but again, the way he's just been contesting in the majors, this could be maybe a time for him to get one.
Okay. Yo, I got a good dark horse. I think you'll like this pick.
Okay.
Robert McIntyre.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Because of the he got second at the U.S. Open.
Yes.
So and like I just pulled up his stats, dude. 22nd strokes gained total overall.
Nice.
26th in strokes gained approach to green, so well above tour average. His driving is kind of low, but it's just his distance is low. His driving accuracy is top half of the league, and in a link style course, things are going to run out. And it's like if you're into the win, it's like everyone hits a short into the win,
Yeah.
So he'll be fine. And the thing that you were talking about, sand saves, 37th on tour in sand saves. So Robert McIntyre, it'd be a cool story just to see, like, because he clapped for J.J. Spawn at the U.S. Open.
That was super classy by Robert McIntyre. Now I'm pushing. Well, I'm challenging you in this. So he didn't do a good job this week defending his title. He finished T65, and I know he's a dark horse pick, but does that give you some worrisome about, like, how is he going to going into the Open, or you think he can close short-term memory and just go play some golf this week?
Well, of course, I'm a little bit worried about that, but
because you only get two times to play links golf. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he again, like, you just what good can you take away? What was his putting?
For sure.
No
good
idea.
Point. Yeah, good point.
But yeah, what good can you take away from this weekend? And you can treat this like, so. This is what I always say if I play a practice round and I like hit it crap on the practice round. I'm always like, that's just because I was saving my good shots for the tournament, Yeah. So I don't know if he has that mindset at all.
Yeah.
But
I would say currently overall he's 85th in putting. I don't know where he finished in the field this week currently, though.
Yeah. I saw his putting stats. Could have been better. That's why I didn't mention it. That's why I omitted his putting stats, because I wasn't really happy about that. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like because this week the Scottish Open could have been like more or less like a tune-up week for
100%.
Robert.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying for Scottie too.
Yeah, for Scottie, for Xander, and which is crazy that we didn't pick either of those two guys.
I know. I'm never picking Scottie because for me it's just too easy and it's just not good conversation. It's just too easy.
Yeah.
But in reality, I don't think he will win because of his putting with link style golf. Again, dude, and what that stat said. Now, when Scottie listens to this, I know he's gonna listen to it on the plane going over to his drive over or whatever he may be doing. He can for sure prove me wrong. But I think statistically, when it said the winners are usually top 15 in putting, and he's 64th, the odds are a lot smaller for him, to win. So I really don't want to pick him this week.
Yeah, and I honestly, like, if I really thought he was gonna win, I would pick him. And he's already out of the conversation for sleeper. Like, he's out of it, like,
Yeah.
because that wouldn't be so. Once we
Yeah.
move on from that, it's like, all right, well, we're not gonna. Yeah, that's not a sleeper pick. Like, he's the favorite to win the tournament. That's not a sleeper.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. My next sleeper, man, I've been a fan of him this year, man. He's having a really good year. Was super close in winning the Travelers, but he was honest about the penalty that was performed. And I guess somewhere in the field or maybe in the outside of the fairway. Russell Henley, man, 8 top 10s this year. FedEx Cup ranking 5, official world golf ranking he's 6, fourth in strokes gained total, 67% driving accuracy, which is top 20. And again, I want to emphasize staying out the fescues as best you can, so it's good to be accurate. And last year he was top 5 in this event, and he's a better golfer than he was last year. So I think Russell Henley is an amazing sleeper in regards to the Open. And I'm kind of curious where he is on the odds. I never look at the odds, man. I just want to go on my own golf mind.
I know. I feel like that's just cheating, but
100%. Where's my history? There it is. History. 2025. Boom. So where's Russell Henley on this list? Russell Henley is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He's like 22, which is crazy. Yeah, Brooks Koepka over Russell Henley. I do not like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick Brooks. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't even pick Patrick Kenley over him either.
All right, dude. I got another sleeper. And I think you'll like this pick too. I'm gonna go with Captain Keegan Bradley.
That's a good pick. Yeah,
dude.
Trying to play his way in. That's a good pick.
If he plays his way in, how nuts would that be? Like, if he wins it, if he wins it, he's got to be number 6.
100%. Because he's like 9 right now, 8 or 9.
Yeah, after he won the
Travelers.
I think he jumped to number 9 or 8. But like, I also wonder if like the guys ahead of him are playing their ways out of the top. So I don't know. I have no idea what it is right now.
Colin's playing his way out
Yes,
for sure.
but Colin was already below him. Like that's why he jumped up to 9. I thought.
Well, Colin was 5, and then something happened, and Justin Thomas took his spot because J.J. Spahn jumped up significantly.
Yeah, to 4 or something like that.
Yeah, and then Colin was like 6 or 7, and then when Keegan won, I think he jumped him. And like I said, man, I want to make sure we're telling the audience everything correctly. Let me look this up.
But when we're while you're looking it up, when we're talking about he's 19th in putting average on tour, and 44th on tour for putts per round. A lot of his other stats, I would like to see it be a little better, like his sand save percentage, let's say.
Yeah.
But still, like the putting is the most encouraging thing, like
100%.
That's how you win tournaments. So
yeah. So he's actually number 9, like I said, but Colin's 7. Colin's 7.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Watch it refresh tomorrow and.
Oh yeah. Does it have like the?
Did Keegan Bradley play this weekend?
I think he did. Yeah. I don't think he made the cut.
Oh, okay.
Because like I said, the only surprises ones for me was Sung J M, Colin Morikawa, and JJ Spahn. Keegan T41, so nothing too crazy. Wait, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe he didn't play this week, which would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, it could just be like week off before the major,
But why would you? But like I said, you only get 2 times to play links. Like
I know, it's always good to have a little tune up, like just don't take this tournament too seriously. Just get warmed up on this course.
He did not play at all. Yeah, his last one was the Rocket Classic, which he got T41. So I'm sure he's somewhere around there. Maybe he just found a local course just to practice as opposed to competing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. You'll see. Yeah. I like the Keegan pick. That's not a bad pick at all, man. But again, guys, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win the Open. I'm encouraging you guys to go watch some more women's golf, man. These women's are dog. Again, I stand by what I said. The Evian playoff was the best playoff in golf this year, man. Again, please rate us on Spotify. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends, man. If your friend's a golf head and they know the sport, send it, bro. Help us jump up, man, because this is something me and Nate enjoy. It's been super fun, man. Just using the love of the game that we have just to discuss it and bring it to you guys, man. And, yeah, dog. So, again, Jeremy Davis, it's Nate Wong. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Golf and Gospel Podcast where we break it down the Open. Peace.
Peace.